Hello, everybody. We are entering our final 3 hours. We have hit 21 hours of continuous tabletop gamery. If you have
I need a
logged
new
in,
computer screen because now the actual Twitch layout is burnt into my monitor.
oh shit, is it really?
Like I have tearing at the top of my screen. It's so bad.
Click off, dude.
So,
Oh my
welcome.
gosh.
Welcome. We are raising money to help sick kids. If you have not come by here before, if you're new, LB is going to be running Kids on Bikes for us during this final stretch where the rest of us are loopy. And there's probably going to be some mom voice pulled out at least once to just be like, get your guys' shit together. What's happening? Because it's very much just like, and then you fly off like a bee. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out one dice roll at a time. So, LB, tell us about Kids on Bikes. What can we expect from Kids on Bikes?
Kids on Bikes is a cooperative storytelling game. Much like Fate, you can do anything from building the town and your characters from scratch to just going off of a story your GM makes. Basically, it's based off of all the wonderful movies that are based in the 80s and TV shows, Stranger Things, The Goonies, E.T., that sort of things, where children ride bikes and go on adventures. So that is the plan for tonight. We're going to start out. I'll give a brief explanation of the town, and we're not going to do the town building because probably not going to have time for that, and it doesn't really make a huge difference anyways with what we're doing. But the town you guys live in is called Edison. It is in the upper middle section of the Mitten, which of those of you who are from Michigan know, this is the Mitten. And it's like in here. Basically farmlands, nothing. There's like 2 stoplights, gas stations, that sort of thing. There is a statue in the center of the town of Paul Bunyan, who is a local lore, basically he's a giant who lost his mitten one day, and that's where the shape of Michigan came from. So there is a high school, middle school, elementary school, and there are 3 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, 1 high school. And you guys are all in middle school, and you go to Edison Middle, which I do want to ask, what is the middle school mascot for Edison?
Light bulb.
I was gonna say a light bulb.
What's
Or a
his name?
mitten.
Good old Edison.
Isn't the mitten isn't it also another name for it called the murder mitten?
What?
What? No,
What?
I'm serious. I've
Michigan?
yeah, the upper part is called the murder mitten.
No.
Why?
I've never heard that.
One,
Why?
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 2, how do you know this?
It was in a album for a band that I listened to once. They referred to the upper part as the murder mitten, and when I looked it up, it was the upper part of Michigan.
It has a ring to it. The Michigan Murder Mittens.
And murdering.
The name given to the Michigan.
The school is called Edison.
Yeah.
The school is the Edison Middle School.
Yeah, so we are
All
going
right,
to be
so
the
we should
light
do the light-
bulbs. We're gonna
Yeah,
do
the
light
light
bulbs
bulbs.
and not a murderous mitten. It's like the Arby. It's like the fucking Arby's mitten, but with a knife.
Yeah. What is the light bulb's name?
The light bulb is
Halogen.
Halogen,
Halogen
the light bulb.
Thank you,
is
Sir
the
Alicia,
middle
for
school
the host.
mascot.
Short name Hal.
Yeah, Hal for short.
I like it.
how the light bulb a lot.
Hal.
I'm sure you do.
He's cute.
All right, and then
We're the brightest kids in Michigan.
oh god. Okay, so Edison High, they also need a mascot, and what will that be?
Murder Mitten.
Nope. I'm gonna go ahead and veto that.
I don't know.
What? Okay, so
Moose.
what if
Paul Bunyan did have a giant blue.
Babe?
Hey.
We'll be the babes.
Oh, I
The
love
base.
it.
Yeah.
The bunions.
Oh, yeah, bunions.
Or the
What's
fallers.
the high school called?
Edison High School.
Oh, Edison High School. All right.
Sorry.
The Edison High School babes.
The babes
Sorry,
and the bulbs, and your mascot is
The babes and the bulbs.
Yeah, I like that.
I like it.
I dig.
And their mascot is just a big blue bull.
Yeah. Okie dokie.
The lumberjacks could also be a good one.
Well, that's
Is
like
12 old
neighboring
enough
town.
for high school?
No, you're not in high
We're
school.
in middle
All right,
school.
I'm a light bulb.
Yep. You guys are all in the same grade. Tyler's character, who we'll get into in a second,
Were
is
you
a
held back
year.
a year?
Well, he might have been born early.
Yeah, I was just born a little bit earlier.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay. So, why don't we introduce our characters? Just the outer personality, and then personality and looks, and then we can get into some more fine details with our character creation. So let's start with who I have on top, which is Chad Braflosky.
Oh.
He's a Chad.
He's a fucking
Hi,
kid.
I'm Chad Braflosky, age 12. So Chad, it comes from a rich family.
Oh, goodness.
Usually seen wearing like a button-up shirt and a sweater vest, corduroys, and like, you know, Sunday shoes all year round. He's a little nerdy, a little like pampered. Like he was born and raised to excel, but he's a bit of a chicken.
Oh, that's adorable.
Okay. And then next will be Trey McCormick.
Trey McCormick. He's the oldest one. He's very headstrong, confident in himself. He comes from the other side of the tracks with a single mother who just lets him do what he wants. So he's just always out and about looking for adventure. He's got a wide variety of striped shirts and this old raggedy jacket that he refuses to get rid of. Shaggy brown hair.
All right. And his best friend, who is Dylan Marsh.
That's me, Dylan Marsh. Well, Trey and I became best friends because we both went to summer camp and we shared a bunk. But I'm the token nerd of the group, and I know everything that there is to know about pretty much everything nerdy that you can think of. Pac-Man lore, like I know why it was named Paku Paku. I got it down, and I love Dungeons and Dragons. It's the absolute best game ever. It's the greatest role-playing game on the earth, and I've never found really without a player's handbook or a monster manual that I like looking for more than just the succubus. Thank you very much. And you don't want to get me started on it because I'll talk about it forever.
What do you look like? What are your?
I am short. I am stout. I don't run very fast. I'll put it that way. I look like the kid who gets easily winded. Like, you don't even have to see me exert any effort at all, and I will look winded. Oh yeah, inhaler is most certainly a thing that I have on the fanny pack that I wear on the front that also has a small set of dice as well as a pencil and a eraser in it.
Are your glasses taped together?
No, because normally that would kind of give you the assumption that I got beat up a lot, but really I just stayed inside and never really interacted with many people who could beat me up. So these glasses are mint condition, thank you.
Smart for that.
All right, and last but not least, the outsider of the group, Wendy Stevens.
Hi, I'm Wendy Stevens. Wendy Stevens is a very pretty girl. She's got long blonde hair that just turns blonder when she's out in the sun, and she's out in the sun a lot because she goes out for sports. It doesn't matter what season it is, she is playing sports. She does basketball, she does volleyball, she does soccer, she does it all. And she's got a strong head on her shoulders, keeps her cool in almost any situation, and she's tougher than she looks. She's one of those annoying people that happens to be smart and athletic and pretty. So she's just popular and just like annoyingly good at everything.
Awesome. All right. So the first thing we're gonna do is we are going to create we're gonna select our strengths and flaws. I've passed along all of the strengths and flaws for the players. You get to pick 2. Cool under pressure, easygoing, gross, heroic, intuitive,
Intuitive.
loyal, lucky, prepared, protective. Everyone, because of your age, gets quick healing already. Skilled at, and then you can pick something. Tough, treasure hunter, unassuming, and wealthy. So why don't we go through, let's just go in the same order to keep it easy.
We also get skilled at or just quick healing?
I'm pretty sure you just get skilled.
Yeah, skilled at is free for adults.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I'm
Adults only.
I'm gonna run downstairs really quick because I have my own copy of Kids on Bikes, so I don't have to keep looking at PDFs.
Fair enough. All right, so Chad, have you decided what you think what your character would have?
Yeah. Aside from quick healing, I was thinking about getting both lucky and prepared
Okay,
for his skills.
and why is that?
I think for lucky, it's more he has these gifts like athleticism and intelligence, but he doesn't really use it because he's been just floating. He's just been getting very lucky all the time. And prepared because he does come from money. Like every time he goes out, his mom was like, "Make sure to take your pack with you. There could be bug spray or something." I don't know how mothers work.
I never had.
I never had a mother.
I never have.
I've never been a mother, so I don't know how they work.
Fair enough.
Enough. All right, and then do you have a flaw that you chose?
I think I picked conceited
Okay, why is
because
that?
it's because he's so good at he thinks he's so good at everything that, oh, I don't really need to try. I can do it. Like, it's whatever.
All right. And then next is going to be your fear and motivation, and we'll get that on the next go around so that you have time to think about that.
Okay, I don't actually have the PDF for the fears and motivations. I don't see them anywhere.
I don't think that those are not a PDF. You can just
I'll
up
think
with
of them.
fear and motivation.
You just come up with something.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry, what was your flaw?
Mine?
Yeah,
I picked conceited.
conceded. Okay. All right. Next up is Trey.
Trey I picked protective and intuitive. Protective, he really latches onto his friends and wants to protect them. Like, Dylan doesn't get picked on that often because, Trey is also always like just standing next to him, like laying down people.
Mm-hmm.
And intuitive, he's got, some good street smarts. Can read a situation pretty well.
Arms crossed in a leather jacket with a candy cigarette.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Listening to the Grease soundtrack on repeat.
Combing his hair.
All right, and what is your flaw?
I'm going with hot tempered.
Nothing.
You just play this up real quick. Make me introduce you to fucking A and fucking B.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say that.
No, you can't say that.
His
All
mom lets him
right.
curse.
Dylan, what strengths have you thought about? For
I
your
want to be heroic.
Okay.
Aw, that's adorable. Just like your D&D character.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Why?
I
Because he
want.
really wants to be.
I want to be heroic.
I imagine that this was one of those situations where like maybe he only had like a single mom, but like she was struggling to kind of make ends meet, so she just left her kid to a world of fantasy. And so it's one of those things like maybe she's getting sick or something like that, so he's like kind of having this internal crises between like, no, I want to be the hero, I want to be brave for my mom, so that way I can keep doing stuff.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
You should also change
Other
it.
one. You get to pick two.
Okay. So in that case, I want to be. I was gonna say I wanted to be a treasure hunter, but at the same time, I feel like being protective. Even though I am a kid who necessarily can't like go out and do all the things for himself, like he recognizes that sometimes the gnomes are getting put down for no reason. They need a hero to defend them.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. And think about your fear and motivation. You can write it down if you want. You're coming up with this on your own. You
Oh,
don't
yeah.
need- There's no table for that. And then, so Wendy, what are your strengths?
Wendy is cool under pressure and she's tough.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she is. She's cool under pressure because, you know, when you're doing sports, you gotta keep your head, get your head in the game. And she's tough because she just is, man. I don't know. She takes those knocks, keeps on kicking.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. And your flaw?
Her flaw is that she's reckless. She feels like she has something to prove. She feels like she's always being underestimated by boys. And so if there's somebody around that doubts her, she's going to charge in to prove herself that she's not just a girl.
Yeah. Dylan, did you have a flaw?
The flaw
Edgar?
that I was thinking of was going to be irrational. Because again, just that kind of, but more in like his patterns of thinking. Maybe he sees things more as like always being like hyper imaginative, kind of thing. So he's more like, it's not an abandoned factory, it's a castle, and it's like there's glass
he's one of those
everywhere.
kids.
Like it's like he's one of those kids. Like he's always trying. Like his flaw is that even in the most dire circumstance, he's still gonna try and find a way to make it seem. I don't know.
Not so bad.
Not so bad.
Or not so normal.
Maybe that would just fall under obnoxious as the flaw. Because one of those because like him being like hyper imaginative, that's not really a flaw unless it's like they're dying. No, they're not. It's fine. Like
They're ascending to another plane.
actually, yes. No, I am going to do that. I'm gonna say that my mom is dying. My single mom is dying. And that is where my irrational behavior is coming from, is because I feel
Denial.
like I'm going on my own personal quest to see if I can get her better.
All right. And then fears and motivations for Chad.
Kind of want to say for motivations, his friends, like, they kind of push him to, instead of being this like person who sits around all day, just like to do stuff. And his fear would be dolls.
Like realistic looking dolls, porcelain dolls.
Like the porcelain dolls with the eyes that track you. Whew.
All right. And then next you're going to think of an item in your backpack. And this is not necessarily just like an item that you could have in your bag, although you because of your background and all that, might have an item. It could be a baggage that you carry along with you, like your dying mother. Get that in there and, get that emotional baggage going. You know what you want?
He has an overly oppressive mother.
Okay. Go ahead and write that on your backpack for now. Put it in the open circle.
In my baggage.
Yeah. Passive mom. Okay. All right, Trey. What are your fears, motivations, and baggage?
For motivation, I'm gonna say like making a name for himself. He's just always been looked at like, oh, you're never gonna amount for anything.
You don't amount to anything.
You'll never be nothing, Duck.
You're just like your father.
He doesn't want to be just like his father, who I guess dipped out. But he is very afraid of the dark.
Ooh. So what are you taking with you?
I don't know.
Would you take a flashlight because you're afraid of the dark?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I always have a flashlight.
And people think it's cool because you're like prepared and stuff, but really you're just scared shitless.
Yeah.
You bought
Instead of-
you like bought a Boy Scout badge from a Goodwill or something like that. And you're like, yeah, I made it to Eagle. Like,
Yeah, has it sewed onto his like raggedy jacket. He did it himself.
Nice.
Instead of a flashlight, could it be like one of those metal lighters?
Ooh.
Oh,
like a
Ooh,
That makes
Zippo?
you cool.
Like the Zippos, yeah.
Gotta give off
Yeah.
enough light for you though.
Probably not, but it's better
But
than
it's
nothing.
cooler.
Cool.
it is really cool.
Zippo. What's on the Zippo?
I'm gonna say like a motorcycle. Yeah.
It's aspirational.
All right, cool.
It's like the cool 80s thing to, be the
Mr.
Fonz and roll along with
It's
this.
like Bob Dylan's face on it. Like,
Oh, buddy. All right, Dylan. What are your fears and motivations?
all right. Hold up. I was writing out my strengths. So my fear is that what I do won't matter, and that the one I care about most will leave again.
Why are you making it so
Wow.
depressing?
Okay.
Why are all your characters so depressing?
Maybe there's a backlying issue here.
Cool.
Steven,
Uh,
escapism.
Yeah. And my motivation is to push through that darkness that would attempt to swallow me whole. And be a beacon.
Is your diary what you take with you to write down these things?
It's an adventurer's journal. All real adventurers have them and keep
Quest
them.
log, actually.
Yeah, it's my quest log.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm gonna call
Okay.
it my quest log. But it's my
That's
diary.
adorable.
It has a little lock on the front, but like the lock is in the shape of a heart. But I'm like, it's a dragon's heart. Like,
Sure. Sure it is.
All right, Wendy. Fears, motivations, and baggage.
Okay, so Wendy, the one sport she never tried out for was swimming because she's deathly afraid of sharks.
Oh.
And when she gets out into water where she can't touch the bottom, she feels like there's a shark out there to get her, even if she's in a pool.
I hate that.
It's always behind you. It's made of glass.
Ah.
Her motivation is to prove herself because she's always been kind of babied by her parents and people around her. Like she'd try to use power tools and they'd be like, no, honey. No, that's not for girls. And that's her baggage, is that she's always been kind of put down and put in her place because she's a girl.
Wow. All right. Well, not tonight.
Makes up for it with sports.
Sports.
I feel capable.
Sports ball.
I just imagine her like running around, kicking a ball, screaming sports, dribbling a ball, sports, punching someone in the face, sports.
Oh,
she was banned from wrestling because
Oh,
she wouldn't
jeez.
stop punching people.
she is the tomboy that you guys didn't know you needed.
Hell yeah.
All right. So before we get into a little more character building, I'll get into the story. Let's say, I just want to make sure I didn't already see this. Yeah, Chad's older brother Adam told him about rumors surrounding the basement of the high school in town, Edison High. Some people say it's haunted. Some say that there are creatures kept down there and yell in the middle of the night. Whatever it is, you decide to go check it out. The three boys, do you have a name for your group?
We're the defenders of the universe.
The Indoor Adventure League.
I'll go with Defenders, but just leave off the last bit.
Of the universe.
Defenders.
I'll do defenders and then in
Parentheses, yeah. But the parentheses is only to Dylan. Dylan is the only one who finishes that.
All right. And then, Dylan lives next door to Wendy. And she was out back, frustrated with all of her teenage early angst. Her
Soccer ball
mom
against
wouldn't let
the
her.
wall.
Her mom wouldn't let her use the power tools.
Again.
And you see her as you're Dylan. You see her as you're taking out your trash, and you decide we're going on this adventure. Maybe she'll want to come too.
Punt.
So that's you don't have to role play if you don't want to, but that's a.
Our food in my mouth.
No, sorry.
The
You're the
interaction
only one
definitely.
eating.
Every
The
time.
interaction definitely begins with him coming up to talk to her and the ball whacking him in the face.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, are you okay?
I'm fine.
And you can see that there's like the start of a shiner on his eye that's starting up.
Ooh.
No, it's gonna be okay. A little bit of healing magic, a proper salve will really be able to take care of this one.
Whatever you say, buddy.
Hey,
Just don't tell my mom, she'll take my ball away.
Oh, okay. Well, me and the other defenders, defenders of the galaxy.
It's gonna change every time.
I forgot.
Universe.
Defenders, me and the other defenders of the universe. Well, we were gonna go to the high school, and I was wondering, you seem really active and stuff. You want to go for a ride? Maybe your strength score seems really high.
It's not. I mean, actually, yeah, that sounds like fun. Go and get rough and tumble with the boys. Be
Well,
one
I
of
hope
the guys.
there's no rough and tumbles. That sounds hurty.
Well, okay, maybe not that, but I like to be included.
Well,
I'd really rather be anywhere but here right now.
well, 4 people is the perfect adventuring size for a party. So come on.
Okay, let's go.
I just need to get my bike.
Stop talking.
He kind of like stretches his arms out like he's a plane. You see him like flapping them across the street while he yells, "Joo!"
Oh my god, you might have to make him obnoxious.
She walks on the other side of the street so that it looks like she's not with him.
All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go over some quick start questions, which basically give you connections between people. So we're gonna go. Let's see. One-sided questions. All right, we're gonna do relationship questions. One of the characters you're gonna do one positive and one negative. So let's start with Chad, and I need you to roll a d20, please.
Heck.
What the fuck? How do I know?
Is that a 20?
No, so this is my oldest dice. So the line beneath the 6 and the 9 both have worn out. So I think it's a 9. It's a 9.
Okay, a 9. All right. You need to pick a character and decide what is the kindest thing this character has ever done for you.
Oh That's adorable.
It can be something like, he let me borrow $5 for lunch once, and that's literally the nicest thing he's ever done for you. You don't have to go deep with this.
One time he didn't blow spitballs at me in class.
That was
That's
a
the
good day.
nicest thing he's ever done.
Trey goes to another school, right?
Nope.
No.
Same
we're all
school?
at the Same school.
There are 2
Um,
schools in this town that he could go to, and he goes to yours. What
Chad
are the
was
odds?
at one point getting like bullied for money, and Trey swang by and like started brawling with the other kids.
Okay.
Liberal use of the F word, and they're like, "You can't say that."
You can't say that.
He's so tough.
I'm telling.
Go ahead and tell.
Nobody likes a snitch.
Nobody likes a snitch. Pulls out a wrench.
All right, and then roll another one, and we're gonna find out a negative.
A tool.
Okay. So pick a character. What secret are you keeping from this character that you would be devastated if they found out?
Chad really wants to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh my god, that's perfect. Said in my description, don't let me know. Never let me know.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Trey. Roll a d20, please.
I got a 10.
10. What is this character sacrificing to protect you? So pick a character, and what are they sacrificing to protect you? In terms of, like, they could be keeping a secret for you, or, like, they could be being made fun of because they're hanging out with you. Something like that.
Yeah, I think maybe Chad is like sacrificing, I guess, his family's good name
Mhm.
by hanging out with the kid from the other side of the tracks.
Okay. All right, roll again.
And that's a 15.
All right, 15. Oh shit. Okay. What a character that you know? What insanity has this character shown warning signs of? I think we all know who this
I
is.
think we all know.
Obviously, Chad.
Obviously, it's the delusional kid.
No, it's the chick who doesn't get in the kitchen, man.
Yeah, what's
What a
her
crazy
deal?
broad.
I only go there for the knives.
I think I do want to use like the
I think I punched
chick.
you one time.
yeah.
I think that I'm a little more violent than
Like she's more violent than the kid who's known for
Yeah.
being violent.
yeah, it's like, how dare you! I'll kill you!
Okay.
I'll kill you! It's like she's being held back by a group of girls, just like, you better run.
Oh god!
What'd you say about my sundress, punk?
Hold my flower! Hold my flower!
Oh my flower crown! All right. Next up is Dylan Marsh.
Okay, what am I rolling?
I have a question. Does Dylan have a nickname? Do you not want to go by your real name and you want to go by one of your characters' names?
I want to go by Cragzor.
Cragzor. Like when you guys are out adventuring.
Yeah, when we're out at... Actually, I'll be...
Dylan.
Uh,
Cragzor!
my name will be Kaylin.
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 Of course it will be.
Yeah!
An actual D&D character he's played. I know your game.
You
Why do you
do.
think I'm the Kaylin of the Fallen Leaves?
Because I made you so.
Roll a d20, sir.
Okay! I pull it out of my fanny pack.
I bet you do.
I
It's a tactical pocket.
It's an adventuring satchel.
I got a 14.
It's a
All right.
utility belt.
Batman has one.
Alright.
Nobody makes fun of him.
What is the
Batman
bravest
has
thing?
money.
What is the bravest thing you've ever seen this character do? So just pick someone and pick one of their things.
I like to imagine that even though he likes to kind of like be the tough guy, a lot of the times I feel like there was one time where Dylan was just I switched him to obnoxious, by the way. Like, that is a legitimate thing. So I've switched him over to that, but I like to feel like he was just being overly himself around a group of people who, rather than telling him to be quiet, just kind of started laying into him. And I feel like it was at that point that maybe Trey came and helped, and that's why we're best friends. Or it might have been my neighbor Wendy, and maybe that's why I invite her along to Adventures, is sort of a just like, if I invite you along, then nobody will beat the shit out of me because they'll all be too scared of you.
Yeah, she just kind of flexed her popular muscle. She was just like, "Hey, leave him alone. That's mean."
Yeah, I was the nerdy kid the popular girl saved. Yep.
Okay.
So yeah.
Anyway, I'm having a party at my house later. You guys want to come? And then just like change the subject.
Oh my god, am I invited? Probably not.
Alright. Roll another d20, please.
Okay. That's a 10.
Okie dokie, a 10. What is this character doing that's putting you both at risk?
He's smoking cigarettes behind the dumpster.
That's... Too
We're cool.
What is that? A cigarette? That's bad for you. Give me one.
No, I was saying secondhand
I
stuff.
want to be included.
I want to be popular. So sorry. What is this one that I'm looking
What
for?
is this character doing that's putting you both at risk?
I would say that maybe maybe it's one of those things where, like, me even trying to be friends with Wendy is one of those things where, like, her parents are like, don't you talk to that fucking nerdy kid with the sick mom? Like, what are you doing? Don't really want to, but, like, it's one of those things. Maybe we have flashlight communications across the street.
Oh, like, I mean, the more we communicate, the more likely it is that my parents will find out and then, like, really crack down.
Yeah.
And, like, officially make it that it's like, don't hang out with that kid, but, like, they're actually. So do you want to change it so that Trey is the one that protected you,
Yes.
that
Yeah.
defended you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have Trey be the
Okay.
one that defended me. And then you were just one of those people, like, we just grew up across the street from each other. Like, we
Yeah.
ended up going separate ways, but we still have this, like, old form of communique.
Actually, being friends with you and hanging out with you at home probably puts my popularity at risk, because if people find out that I hang out with you, then that's going to be a major blow.
Honey, I'm not disappointed you learned Morse code. I'm more disappointed that you learned Morse code to talk to him.
The nerd.
Yeah, so I think that just being friends with Wendy in general is a risk, both to
Kind of a
our
risk.
friendship, but also to her popularity.
I'm a popular girl. Yeah.
Like, that stuff, like, the
Yeah.
popularity thing never bothered me at all, because, like, heroes are
my-
popular through their heroic deeds.
My parents don't. My parents are always on my back anyway, so, like, losing me as a friend is a risk for you.
Yeah.
I mean, losing me for a friend is a total risk for you.
No, it is.
The girl that will talk to me anymore. Speaking of Wendy, roll a d20.
Funny, I have a 14.
A 14, roll again.
I have
Already
a
been
15.
What do you and this character have a mutual weird love of?
Fighting. Yeah. Trey and I, we both like getting into a scrap.
or maybe
Okay.
just like the competitiveness that
Yeah.
we both have.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like I think it's a dumb like kid crush thing where like we're always like punching each other and pulling hair and
Mhm.
you know like we have a mutual weird love of just beating the snot out of each other and just being mean.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a childish meanness.
Yeah. All right, roll again. Mom!
Why does it sound like that cat just got hucked across the room?
5 because he makes weird sounds.
What does this character have that you want to take from them?
Money. No. I feel like I need a or I feel like I need to I need something with Chad. I feel like to take from them an object perhaps.
Yeah.
Chad, do you have something?
I have a lot of things.
He has a lot of things.
Do you have power tools?
I have power tools.
I want your power tools.
All right.
Your dad lets you watch
wants
NASCAR?
his power tools. Pinky. All right. All right. Next, we'll go over. We went over all the finishing touches, which is the motivations, flaws, backpacks. We're not doing any tropes. That's where in the back of the book they have like the laid back slacker, the loner weirdo. I kind of stole from some of them and kind of picked and chose for some of the other ones. Everyone has their stats, which is basically just like the system we were just playing. So if you are going to do something, it's a little bit more like the D&D where you're saying, I want to do this thing, and I say, okay, roll your brawn. Well, if you're Windy, your brawn is a D8. So you'll roll the D8, and then you will either make or not make whatever it is we're doing. So unless anyone has any questions so far, we'll get into the story. Okay. All right. It is a Saturday night. The sun has gone down. You guys have all been saddled up in front of the TV or in front of a book for a little while now. It's a couple hours after dinner. You're not allowed to have wine at dinner.
Having it anyways.
Just cracked one open with his mom.
You guys have all spoken before tonight about wanting to go out and explore the high school to see if you can find out what's going on, whether it's a ghost or whether it's just a tall tale. The only problem is you all need to get out and meet at, we'll say, 11 o'clock. So in everyone's house, they have an issue with getting out. For the most part, we'll just go one by one. Windy, your parents are out to dinner. They're going to go see a movie too. So your older sister is babysitting you.
I hate her.
She's kind of the cool older sister that likes to, tell you what's cool and what's not cool. You can try a couple different things to get around her. Whether you want to sneak out or whether you want to try and convince her to let you out, that's up to you. So why don't we pick up there and you can take it away. Where are you in your house?
I am in my room and I'm trying to work out a bargain for my older sister to bribe her to let me to get out of the house.
Okay.
So I'm thinking I'm going to offer her my color-changing nail polish that I never let her use.
Ooh.
And she can have it.
Ooh. Okay. All right, go ahead.
All right. What would this be, do you think? Charm?
You are going to try and charm her. So
right.
You go downstairs. Your sister is feet up on the ottoman. TV's on, the boob tube, the really big backed one. She's on the corded phone with her boyfriend, and going on and on about the prom and how she really wants him to ask her, and he's like, I don't know, prom's not really my thing, and she's like, come on, babe, it'll be so much fun.
Hey, so Heather.
Hold on. Yes.
Hi, Heather. So I want to go out tonight, just for a little bit.
Go out and do what?
Hang out with my friends. Duh.
Like, hang out with your friends, like who?
No, Dylan.
The weirdo from across the street?
Yes. We need to do an astronomy project together.
Okay, and what do I get if you do that?
Hey, so you know how you already picked out your prom dress and everything?
Yeah, like 2 months ago.
You know it would go really well with that?
What?
My nail polish.
Your mood changing nail polish?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Make your roll.
That's amazing.
You get to
That's
add +1
scary.
to it.
7.
Ooh.
I actually felt like I was 12 talking to my sister.
Sorry.
Oh, it was good.
I actually am a younger sister.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
You rolled a 7 + 1, or did you roll a 6 + 1?
7 total. It's
Okay.
Or 6 + 1.
So she kind of thinks about it for a second, and she's like, all right, but mom and dad are supposed to be back at like 1 o'clock. So if you're not back by then, I'm going to tell them you snuck out.
All right. Deal. I hand her the nail polish.
All right, anyways. So she and you are welcome to go into the garage and grab your bike.
I do that, and I get my flashlight out and I flash it into Dylan's window, the signal.
It's on. It's
on. It's on. It's on.
So Dylan, going over to your house, you live in a ranch style home. So everything's on the first floor. You do have a basement, but your room is on the first floor. So your parents trust you. You're a responsible young man for the most part. You know, you're a little weird, but they understand that. They're both scientists, so they kind of let you explore and spread your wings and do what you your weirdness is cute to them. So
It's just so quirky. He'll grow out of it.
he'll grow out of
Joke's
it.
on them, motherfucker.
So your parents are both home. What are you doing?
I didn't think that I had, like, I only thought I had a single parent.
Oh, I'm sorry. You
Yeah.
do. You said you had one parent. You had
Yeah.
Your mom.
My mom.
And she trusts you very much.
A responsible kid.
To do the right thing. And she'll come in. She's a little weak. She's got a cane that she uses to walk. Are you in your room, in the living room?
I would have been in my room because it's one of those things where I'm like, that is my sanctum. That is this is the Wizard's Cove. I like, as soon as I see the lights coming from across the street, I have been wearing like this green cape, and I just put the hood up over my head, just like, it's go time.
And you hear the door open behind you. Honey?
Oh, hey, Mom.
Hey, I just wanted to know if you wanted some hot cocoa before you go to bed.
Oh, well, you know that girl from across the street?
Wendy, the really nice one?
She said that she was
so
gonna.
kind to you.
She said that she was gonna help me catch fireflies tonight.
Oh. Well, where are you going to do that?
Well,
Is there a river in town? Is there like a creek?
Sure.
I'll just say that we're going near there.
Oh,
Just
okay. It's kind of late.
but that's when you can find the magical firefly, and they say that that one will grant you 3 wishes if you catch him.
That's true. Well, what time will you be home? It's already 11 o'clock. I don't know, honey.
An adventurer never knows when his quest is done until it's complete. But I'll try and be home before 1.
Before 1, you're 12 years old.
Well, it's already 11, so I feel.
know. All right, I would like you to make a charm.
I feel so bad about this.
On your mom.
I have never lied to my mom
You
before.
have never lied to your mom. before
She's
you were
sick. You're lying to her, and
She's got a cane.
She tried to give you hot cocoa.
She
That's a
did.
6.
That's a 6.
Yeah, it's max.
Yeah, nice.
I am
Wait,
delusional.
you get,
That's what happens when
I roll what?
sorry, you rolled a 6 and
Yep.
you get +1 because of your age.
Yes.
So you get 7. Okay, so your mom. Okay, honey. I just, bring your jacket. It gets kind of cold out. And make sure if you should pack some candy or something. I'm sure she liked that.
Well, that's a great idea, Mom.
Do you want
I
me to
still have
pack
some
you
of
a
my
snack?
stash from Halloween. I can share it. That's what you always told me to do, was share in the spoils of adventure.
All right, but only 1 piece each.
Okay. I hope she
Okay?
likes peanut butter cups.
Yeah. All right. Well, sweetie, I will be up. So please be home by 1 o'clock.
I'll do my best.
Thank you.
You're killing me.
Do you want a jar?
I would love one.
All right. She goes, shambles away. About 2 minutes. She's got a cane.
From the garage, flash, 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 flash.
And like, it's one of those like I feel really bad about having just lied to my mom probably for like the first time ever, and I didn't know it would be as easy as role playing in my games. And so I just like I set the flashlight over towards the garage and just kind of a slower one, just I'm on my way. And then I hope you like peanut butter cups.
You're not quite sure what the second part of the message is, but you got the first part, that he's on the way. All right, she comes back with a couple jars, mason jars. They're not very big. All right, there you are, honey. Tell her I say hello.
I'll be sure to do so. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Mom,
Yes.
I love you.
And I'll just give her a hug.
Oh, I love you too, my little Kaylin.
And then I'll put my hood up, and I'll have like my wooden sword, and I'll point it up and just adventure awaits, and I just begin moving. Just begin
She's
exiting
standing in the
outward.
doorway, her hands on her robe, just waving, and then she waves at Wendy.
I wave back at her. I ride my bike out, which is pink, and the only hoodie that I have is also regrettably pink. And so I ride up next to Dylan and I go, "Let's cheese it, Dillweed."
I had a peanut butter cup extended for you when you showed up. But if you just say, "Let's go, Dillweed," and then you drive off like, "Oh, okay," and like put it back in my utility front pouch, and then hop on my bike and just
Save
kind of
that
like,
one for later.
All right.
and like just like start like doing my best.
I
Alright.
take off.
All right, next we're gonna do Trey. Trey, you live in a modular home, not
Yes.
quite a trailer. And your mom is up watching TV. She's got a pack of smokes next to her, ashtray, just kind of, that's what she does at night. She kind of glazed over and what?
What? What happened?
Nothing.
Thank you, Graybeard, for your bits. I don't know how long
No, it was legitimately like, yeah, she's up at night, she's got a pack of smoke, she's getting kind of sauce watching TV, it's what she does. And it was like flash forward, like, make sure you come home. He comes home later, the house is burned down because she fell asleep with a cigarette.
Oh God, no!
Oh my god.
Sorry,
Oh,
you going down
man.
the store and get me some more
Shit got
smokes.
real. Shit got real. No, she's not quite.
Yeah.
She's not quite that absent-minded. She is.
You can't do that. That's what your dad did, and he never came back.
Oh my god.
Stop
You guys are
crazy.
fucked.
Hydrate, everyone. Hydrate.
Fucking hydrate.
It's gonna get weird. Okay, it was the 80. It was the 80.
Okay.
Okay. So, Trey, you're in your room, presumably, or you're watching TV with your mother. You know you're supposed to meet the guys at midnight or 11 at the statue, and you do not know that Wendy's coming yet. She's just gonna be there when you get there. So, how would you like to get out of the house?
Trey's just going to try and sneak out, like, his mom's sitting there with the smoke, watching TV, and I'm gonna head to bed early today, Mom.
What?
I'm gonna head to bed early today.
Oh, all right. Did you have a tough day or something?
Yeah, just out all day playing with the kids, with the friends.
The kids.
With the kids,
All right. Okay. That's what you want to do.
Thanks. Love you, Mom.
I love you too, sweetheart. And she turns from the TV and gives you a kiss.
She blows you a kiss.
And then right back to the TV.
For a cheek kiss.
Oh no, he's across the room.
Yeah, I'm across the room.
Across the room.
I catch it.
She's like,
It looks around.
maybe you shouldn't hang out with Dylan anymore. Sorry.
I love it.
She doesn't say that. She doesn't say
No,
that.
she can.
All right.
It's okay. I can
All
take
right,
it.
so
Dylan's a hero.
What you are going to try to book
I'm
it
just
out?
gonna crawl out the window in my room.
Okay. Make a flight roll.
Right.
And I'm gonna say your mom is pretty distracted, so this will be fairly easy.
I got a 10.
Take after your dad.
Oh, sorry. That was the wrong roll.
I was like,
Wrong dice.
oh.
Sorry, I saw fight. That's a 3.
3. So you begin to climb out your window, and do you bolster your bed at all?
Yeah.
Like you're sleeping in it?
Yeah, just shove a couple pillows in there. Oh, that looks good.
Okay. So as you attempt to get out the window, you pull it up, and it gets kind of stuck because when you guys painted, you kind of painted on the windowsill. So it's every time you've tried to get out, it's just a little bit rough. So you go to push it up, and you push it, and you throw it up, and it clinks at the top. And your mother is going to make a no. Okay, so the way the system works is on a failed roll, stuff happens. So you rolled a 3.
3, yeah.
So you fail, but not too badly. There
Okay.
might be some very, very minor short-term consequences, but these won't shift the story for more than a minute or two. So you throw it open, and then you kind of stumble out the window, and you hear a knock at your door. And your mom says, "Honey, are you okay?"
And he just tries to throw his voice into the room. He's like, everything's fine, Mom.
Did you fall out of bed again?
Yeah, just tripped.
All right. Well, as long as you're not bleeding or anything.
Oh no, everything's fine.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
So you are able to go to your bike, and ride off. All right. Next up is Sir Chad.
Yeah, he revs up his bicycle.
He revs your bike.
Vroom, 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 vroom.
He has
Got the really high handlebars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he has a card stuck in the spokes of the wizard.
Yeah.
All right, Chad, your house is a very lovely 2-story house. I picture one of the Home Alone style houses. Your mom and dad are home. They're having a wine tasting downstairs, just amongst themselves. And where are you?
He's probably heading up the stairs after saying goodnight to them.
Okay. Oh, Schmoopikins.
Yes, Mom.
Don't forget, it's going to get cold out tonight, so make sure you have an extra blanket.
Yes, Mother.
Are you sure you don't want something before you go to bed? Did you brush your teeth?
I'm fine, Mom. Thank you. I'll. If I ever have a problem, you're the first to know.
I know, but I just worry about you. You're so sweet.
Mm.
You're
Good night,
a little
Mom.
boy. Okay. Good night, sweetheart. And she's there is a moment when you close your door, and then you remember your mother always tucks you in. So you give it to them. Or you choose to do what you wish, but you know your mom's going to come up and tuck you in about 5 minutes after you get in your PJs and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, he gets into his PJs, but underneath it is like his regular clothes, so like they're a bit bulkier.
Okay.
He just gets under the blankets, eyes open, staring at the ceiling, and waits.
And you hear the door creak open. All right, I just wanted to come make sure you're okay. Like, literally tucks you in. All right, you look a little warm, honey. Your face is a little red.
You told me that it was gonna be cold, Mom, so I put on some extra layers.
Oh, very nice. Oh, do you want me to leave your window open just a little bit?
Oh, that'd be... if it gets warmer, if I get any warmer, I'll just open it myself.
Okay. You know you're our little angel.
Yes, Mom.
Okay, and she gives you a kiss on both cheeks and then on your forehead. And then she goes and she shuts the door ever so slowly.
I'm glad. I'm glad in my
There is
situation.
There is the sound of
I'm
like
dying.
blankets swooshing, the sound of like PJs like, oh, God.
All right, so how would you like to try to get out of your house?
I imagine for Chad's house, there's a trellis going up to his windowsill.
Sure.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
So he just like stuffs his bed to make it look like he's still there. Then like grabs the coat, backpack, and then just slowly starts making his way down the trellis.
Okay, then I would like you to make a flight. It's going to be more difficult because you are trying to avoid your parents, and you are climbing down a trellis.
I've done it before. It's not that hard.
Well,
You're also 12.
I'm
yes.
also 12. Thankfully, flight is a D20,
Oh.
so that is 12.
all right. Yep, you're able to get down pretty easily. It's not very impressive, but you are able to make your way down fairly quietly. The window to the kitchen is right next to the trellis, and you know you've done this enough times where you know to avoid the window, but you kind of slip a little bit and then go back on it and then get back down. Your bike you leave on the outside of the garage because you know that's a better place for it. Plus you tell your mom, well, the rain will just wash it. So we don't have to.
That's... yeah.
So you are able to get your bike and get on the road to the Paul Bunyan statue. So Trey, you're gonna arrive at the statue first, since it's pretty easy for you to get out of your house. And then once you get there, you see that it's a pretty typical statue. Him standing there with his axe. He's got his babe, which is a big blue bison, sitting next to him. And there is a little fountain. Not that it's coming out of any of the statue. It's just kind of in the water around him that just bubbles up a little bit at night. Usually during the daytime, there's a little spout. But you arrive, and shortly after, Chad pulls up.
Trey's sitting there like with his Zippo, like practicing the thing where you flick it open and it lights immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just there practicing. Where you like snap,
Mm-hmm.
pops open.
You snap and you light it.
Saw your grandpa do it a couple times. It was super cool.
Yeah.
He wouldn't talk about where he learned it though.
Mm-hmm. All right, Chad, you roll up on the scene.
Give him a high five, down low.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any trouble getting out?
Nah, same as usual.
All right. Hopefully the others have an easy time of it as well.
I don't think Dylan's ever lied to his mom before.
Yeah.
I'm still only expecting Dylan.
Yep.
Hopefully Dylan doesn't have a hard time.
We have to go pick him up. I hope we don't have to go pick him up. That'll be so awkward.
I really don't want to see his mom.
Why not?
She's all sickly.
His mom's a nice lady.
I'm sure she's a nice lady, but it's just depressing.
All right, and on that note, Dylan and Wendy ride up just after this conversation ends.
Yeah.
Imagine like Wendy gets there and then like 2 minutes later you just hear. But
So, Wendy,
but
you
we
pull
have
up and you-
we have swapped bikes though. Like it is one of those things where like as soon as we got out of the neighborhood, I feel like Wendy would be like, "All right, give me your bike," and like so that way you can ride. And like Dylan doesn't care. He's just like my magical unicorn steed, and like he's just like totally
Like,
down
it-
with it.
It's a glittery bike, and it used to have tassels, but she ripped them off.
Yeah.
Part of Dylan still wishes the tassels were there. But yeah, so you definitely ride up on like a nicer bike that is barely used, so you know it like all the tire like everything about it is good, and then just from behind just wait, you went too fast. Just
I
like
do that thing where I drift off to the side from my stop, just like
gravel
the
shoots
sideways
up.
motorcycle thing, just like, and then I flip my hair. Hey,
What are you doing here?
What are you doing
what are
here?
you doing
What are you
here?
doing here?
What are you doing here?
Same as you.
You're hanging out at the Paul Bunyan statue?
Yeah, just hanging out.
Yeah.
You got a problem with that?
Oh God! I asked if you could please slow down a mile ago.
I did.
Did you invite the girl?
I invited a warrior to join our party. We have a rogue.
If this
We
is gonna
have
be
a
about
we have
four
a
people being
fighter.
optimal size for a party. I don't want to hear it again.
No, a 4-man group is the proper
It's
way.
not a 4-man group now, is it? It's a 3-man group. And it's got one woman, girl.
Like he said, I'm joining the party, and it's not a party until Wendy arrives.
I've heard other people on the street say that. I mean, there are kids in our class.
They do say that. So we're gonna do this or what?
How much did Dylan tell you?
Do you still
Uh,
want your peanut butter cup?
I hate you.
he said
So,
we're
you're
gonna
gonna
go.
be all right, kid.
He said we're gonna go check out that basement. You know, in the high school.
I saw on the news that there were a lot of people that were playing games somewhere on the East Coast in some Steam vents, and that sounds like perfect dungeoning material and time. So when Trey said that there were tunnels underneath the high school, that sounded like a perfect time for our party to explore the dungeon.
Yeah. I don't know about exploring the dungeon or anything, but we're definitely gonna go down there and find out what's happening.
Yeah.
You know,
You can come along, but try not to slow us down.
Oh, I'll do my best.
he,
You're killing me, Dylan. You're absolutely killing me.
I need to give myself a little bit of a sugar rush beforehand.
And he pulls out a piece of candy and just starts nibbling
just
on it.
you're gonna pat his face like you're gonna crash afterwards, kid.
She's gonna reach up to move her hair out of her face, and she's just gonna briefly give him the finger.
Me?
No, not you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like she disguises it well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
All
kind of
right.
like, I'm kind of frustrated with this rapper, but I eventually get it.
All right, so you guys have determined that you are going to continue on this venture.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys all mount back up on your bikes. You know that the high school is on the other side of town from this side of town. So it's going to take you a little bit to get over there.
Oh
Um,
no.
He definitely tries to race Wendy there.
Okay. But
Wendy
before we do
reciprocates.
that,
Okay.
we're going to take a break.
Yes. 5 to
Uh,
10 minute break.
Yeah, 5 to 7 minute break, guys.
Alrighty. I want to
I
say
like this so far. It's so good.
this is
thank you to
amazing.
everybody who has come by so far and helped donate so that way we can help raise money for some sick kids. We have raised over, last I checked, $750.
805 now.
We have raised shark puppy! Yes! We have raised over $800 with our love of tabletops and our desire to help kids.
Thank you, Waza, for donating for me.
Thank you, Waza. Thank you, Graybeard. Thank you, JD Lady. JD, I know that you've been asleep for a while, but thank you, and thank everybody who has helped make this day so incredibly special. And I cannot wait to find out how the rest of Kids on Bikes turns out. So we'll see you guys in 5 to 10 minutes. Don't go no place unless 5 to 7 minutes unless you are bringing somebody back. So until then, yeah. Shazoom. I realized I didn't even have music playing during the break, so thank you to everybody who decided to stick with us even during that weird moment of silence. It's been a day. I forget things at some points. You can if you're nuts, you can watch this entire VOD and just watch myself and RJ steadily deteriorate over a period of 24
Slowly
hours.
I think I was like
I was a young man.
I was a young man. I had less gray hair coming into this.
I have that one streak because my leg aged 30
Yeah.
years.
Like
Undertaker took your
my energy
years.
level went from like the Battle of the Bands down here to like up here to like final hour.
Final hour and a half. And in that hour and a half, we are going to continue on our journey.
Through Kids on Bikes.
Kids
on
on
Bikes.
Bikes.
Kids on Bikes.
Okie dokie. So, last we left our intrepid adventurers.
Yes.
What did we decide they were called?
Well, Defenders of the Universe!
The
I guess the
Defenders
Defenders.
of
We're the defenders.
Just the defenders.
Of the Universe!
Not that last part.
Have you guys made Wendy an honorary member?
I did.
yeah, I did.
All right, cool. So you guys can
Didn't even bring her through the initiation.
Yeah, right.
We all agree.
Trial by
Initiate.
fire, man.
I'll do anything.
Oh, it's easy. So we make her recite an oath, then hawk a loogie into your palm, and then you shake with everyone.
She instantly spits into her hand.
Didn't even say it, but I like your enthusiasm.
You got some moxie.
Okay. So you guys know that the school is across town, so you start biking gingerly because you know that Dylan has issues with anything physical. And you're making your way, you cut past, and again, if we had had more time, we would have gone into more of the town building, like what posts, like what buildings and what sort of items are around town. But for now, you guys cut past the arcade, and there's like a side alleyway. And as you guys exit the alleyway into the back parking lot, you see 4 other kids on bikes who just happen to be the AV club for your middle school.
Who the heck are they?
They notice you guys and they go, "Hey, slow down!" And they like ride over
not these
and
guys
park
again.
their bikes.
Oh, not these ass.
I hate these guys.
Who are
What's
they?
up, nerds?
We're on an adventure!
I raise my sword.
I pat Dylan. I grab his sword arm and I pull it down.
Whoa, Wendy, what are you doing here with these guys?
Yeah, hanging out.
You know, we'll be like the bigwigs of the country soon, making more money than they are, because we have the computer smarts. and they
Wow.
strike a pose.
Yeah, like computers are going to become anything. They're just a cheap gimmick.
Well, I have
Wow,
one
you're
on my
calling them
wrist.
nerds?
They have one of the guys has a calculator on his watch.
You just hear underneath heavy labored breathing. That's so cool.
Nice job, side orcs.
Hey, you know, one day you'll probably want to be with one of us. Honestly, I mean, jocks, they go, they come and go, but nerds, we're forever.
Sorry, I don't understand. You're calling us nerds, but now you're calling yourself the nerds. You're just not making a lot of sense. And honestly,
Look, there's
he
computer
works way
nerds,
better
and
with
then
us
there,
anyway.
they're what?
Wendy works way better with us anyway.
Why is that?
Because we're
I'm pretty
heroes.
Sure she could take all of you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Steps off her bike and starts walking towards them.
Okay. And they kind of just like, oh yeah, no. And they kind of push one of the guys sort of. They're like, Kevin, you take her. You take her. And he's like, dude, I can't hit a girl. I'm like, yeah, you can. Look
What?
Look how popular it'll make you.
Yeah, from his bike, like he's leaning over the handlebars. That's your first mistake.
No.
What?
Kevin kind of like scoots
She
forward.
walks
And
up
he's
and starts like kicking his tires.
like, oh
Just,
shit. She's crazy, man. She's crazy.
Call me a girl again!
Oh god. But
Call me a girl again!
Oh no, I don't want to anymore. And they're kind of like flustered by what's going on. And they're like, what is happening? Why are you being so aggressive? And so
She'll back off. She'll let them have some space, but she'll just like
Jeez.
take.
that's
behind
not
the
how. Oh my god! Contain your.
All right,
friend.
I'll bring her in, and walk up and put a hand on her shoulder.
She went into a
That's your-
barbarian rage. I couldn't do anything.
Hey, look, man. I mean, we don't want to start any trouble, okay? It's just like,
Wait a minute. What are you guys doing out here this late?
no, your beeswax, and they all like shuffle something in their backpack, and they're like,
Let's see it.
no,
Come on, bring it out. We all saw it.
Saw what?
no.
I'm gonna leash her on you again if you don't show us.
Like she
Uh.
starts doing that thing where she's like, trying to like get past him, like pretending
Yeah.
like he's holding her back.
Okay.
I'll get him. I'll kill him.
Oh, jeez.
I'll do it.
Okay. I would like you, Trey, to make. You're trying to convince them to show you, but I think that Wendy's a little bit more intimidating on this. So I
Yeah.
would like you to make a grit roll.
Oh.
Which will not be that high because they are a little afraid of you already.
Who's making the grit roll?
You are,
You
Wendy.
fucked up. Dadgummit.
Whoa.
It's a 3, but it's a
Okay.
D20.
Okay.
Ah!
So that would be, let's see.
The curse of the D20 strikes again.
3. The failure is bad, but not a disaster. There'll be some short-term consequences that might lead to some immediate difficulties, but nothing that the character can't handle if they're focused. So the guys are like, no way, man. We're never going to show you. And they like peel out on their bikes and start riding away.
I chase them on foot for a second and then realize, oh shoot, I have a bike. And then I turn around to go get on my bike.
Wendy, come back. It's not worth it.
We've got places to be in like an hour.
Fine.
That is some stupid computer thing anyway. Nothing important.
You can't even game on computers.
Right?
Get them.
Okay. All right, so you guys. You would like to make your way to continue on to the high school.
Making my way downtown.
Walking fast, faces passing homebound.
Da, 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 da. I just lied to my mom.
Sorry.
Okay. So we're going through town.
You're
We're on
going
our
through
bikes.
town. You pass all the local, the diner and the grocery store, all that sort of nonsense, and you make it to the high school parking lot. Edison High School, the home of the
Babes.
babes. You see a bright blue ox outside of the school in a very aggressive pose, much like the one in Chicago. But it is blue, so less scary. Your high school is probably like 26th in the state in the football team. Like nothing is really impressive. Your marching band's pretty good for the area, but you know, you guys aren't really that impressed. They don't really play any cool songs.
Senior prank last year was to put a diaper on the bull.
Their
Yeah.
choreography isn't even that good.
Yeah, exactly. It's just kind of simple shapes, and you know, the music is very like, oh, Bach. Okay. So you guys pull up into the parking lot, and what would you guys like to do? How would you like to get into the school?
No.
Well, no, I'm gonna stash my bike in some bushes.
Okay. Are
Yeah.
you in the front of the school, in the back? Where are you guys?
We're in the parking lot, aren't we?
Yep, the
Over
parking
by
lot is in the front.
football field, right?
I can't hear you.
Sorry, we should stash him over by the football field.
Sure.
That probably has like a small parkish area next to it where we can stash our stuff in the bushes.
Yep, it's not too hard to find some place, some bushes. It's pretty dark out anyways. There's not that many people. In obviously at the school, it's a Saturday night, out of football season, so any teams are away tonight, so we don't have to worry about that. All right, you guys have your bike stash. What's next?
Looks like it's gonna be hard to get in. If only we had some power tools. Wendy looks at Chad.
What are you gonna
We're
do
not-
with power tools?
Biking back to my house just to get power tools.
Every fortress has a weakness in its defenses.
You're
All
exactly right, Dylan.
If we
There's
just
probably
find the
unlocked doors.
keystone, we can infiltrate through the wall.
I pick up a brick keystone.
It's like an empty can keystone.
If you want, you can make a brains check to figure out the best way to get in, or a way to get in.
I'll
Whoever wants to do that.
I'll use my brain.
Okay.
I'll
You
use
should
my
their
brain.
brains.
Ooh.
I have one of those.
I got a 6.
I got a 1.
I got an 11.
Okay.
I got a 4.
Okay, so Chad, you know that the high school has a security guard that patrols at night because the seniors like to pull shit, and it's just one guy, as far as you know, and he just kind of walks around. It should be pretty easy to get his layout. The rest of you are like, I don't know, locks. But
Yeah, I'm starting to like the break the window.
you could definitely
Same
do
break
that.
that.
Okay, but only if I get to throw the brick.
No. Wait. So there's a security guard, and he goes on a path, and we could probably get in through an open window somewhere. Just have to make sure not to run into the single security guard.
Is there like a power station kind of dealy that would power the high school? Like that's relatively nearby, not like a huge like a
Transformer.
grid base, but like a transformer or something like that.
Yeah. They
Okay.
have like it's a bricked in area with a fence.
Okay.
So in the back of the school where the senior boys like to go and smoke.
Because if memory serves right from the article about those people who played D&D in the steam vents, then if we go find the transformer, there might be an entryway into the school through the through the tunnels underneath.
I doubt the security guard is over there.
But then again, we'd have to probably deal with a
I
fence.
feel like there was something I'm forgetting about that article.
I can climb a fence.
I can climb it faster than you.
Prove it.
Wait, hold on.
They both almost run off, and Chad stops them.
If you're gonna climb a fence, make sure to look if it's electrified or not.
It's a high school. They're not going to have an electrified fence.
You don't know.
My cloak
Really?
of protection gives me resistance against electrical damage.
All right, Dylan,
Yeah.
touch the fence.
All right, Dylan.
After you.
I'm going to be so heroic in front of my friends right now.
Don't worry, I'll make sure to drive the pittons in real deep so that way when you all use your climbing kits, you can make sure you have advantage on your rolls.
That terminology wasn't used until Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, but regardless.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so...
I imagine he actually said that.
Okay,
So
what
yeah,
do you
I'm gonna try and climb over this.
You're gonna try and climb
Yeah,
it?
I'm gonna try and climb over it, so that way maybe if I climb over and hop on the other side, I can like open up the door for my friends.
I stand underneath them, ready to catch them.
Okay. All right. Dylan, you get a little afraid.
Oh, I'm fucking mortified.
Yes. You are doing something that kind of plays into your fear. Even if you make it over, how is that going to mean that your friends are going to make it over?
How do I know
So-
they aren't just gonna play a joke and leave me here and tell the guards?
Exactly.
Oh!
So,
Welcome to reality, sucker.
Trust issues.
all right. So you start climbing. I would like you to make a brawn check.
I'm gonna have Trey and I like stretch out my jacket between us and just like walk back and forth underneath the fence.
2.
All right, so you make it about 3 pulls up, and then you kind of freeze. You're just really tired.
We biked
this
so
is-
far today.
I know you've done a lot today, buddy.
Lied to your mom.
Yeah, you lied to your mom. You had to bike all the way out here.
You ate a peanut butter cup and now you're crashing.
Exactly. It probably wasn't the best choice. All right. So
The
you,
night's just been full of bad decisions.
yeah. But you you make it up
know.
about you're probably about 10. Your hands are about 10 feet off the ground.
Oh shit, okay.
So you can try to push on, but you think you're really high up.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and keep climbing because
You got it, Dylan.
You
I
can
believe
do
in you.
it.
because even though I have my fear, my motivation is playing against that fear, which is that I need to push through the darkness that would attempt to swallow me whole. So even though I have that fear, my motivation is to face that fear head on
attack
and really
darkness.
try and drive myself through it. That's a 1.
Oh no.
Okay, and I'm gonna look up real quick because you are heroic.
Yes. Heroic just
but
means that I don't spend adversary tokens, kind of
Yes.
thing.
But I don't know what those are. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, hey, you're the DM. Structure this
I know,
however you
that's-
want.
I know. I'm thinking that you can roll at advantage. We're gonna say that because I can't find it.
Okay. That's a 1.
Just
So
wasn't
you
meant to be.
are like, okay, I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna push through. I am so strong. I am Kaylin. And you pull yourself up and you go, "Ah," and you're like, I am at the top. And you look up and you have not moved.
I knew I should have brought my cloak of spider climbing.
But I would like you to make a brains or gosh, what would be a perception check? Probably brains.
Okay. That's a 2. Or yeah, that's a 2.
Yep,
Dylan's
no,
not
you have
rolling
no
hot.
idea what to do.
I am in utter like
You rolled a
I'm gonna start-
d20, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Part of me
Alright.
is just sitting there being like,
I always knew that lying to Mom was going to be a bad idea, and now I'm stuck on this cliff face thousands of feet above a giant chasm.
So your friend is sitting up there
I'm-
about, you know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
5 to
start
10
climbing
feet off the
up
ground.
I'm gonna start climbing as well, but it's because I think he's trying to get up there before I do.
So both Trey and Wendy jump on the fence. And
Okay.
Trey-
Oh no.
Make
No.
opposing brawn checks if you guys are making.
I'm just gonna slide. I'm just gonna steadily slide down when you guys latch on.
8.
Like, this is why you never let the
Oh.
wizard climb
Oh,
first.
so you've got a d20, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I still rolled my max 8.
Woo! Okay. Wendy, you are trucking up there and you're like feeling great about it. And then you look over as you reach the precipice. What did you get, Trey?
16.
Okay.
Twice as much as me.
So you reach the top and you flip your leg over and you kind of give yourself a chance to glance down and Trey's not there. And you kind of look down and his feet land on the ground on the other side and he's super hyped.
Did he bring Dylan with him? Is Dylan just like latched onto him?
I went back down to the bottom because the wizard should never be the first one to climb.
Oh, you're the wizard now, are you?
Very smart boy.
I have the
Sweet
spell
child.
book.
I will drop down beside him and be like, you had a head start. Flip my hair.
All right.
You make all the excuses you like.
Now that you guys are on the other side, you can see that there is a little latch, and there is a lock in it. But upon closer inspection, it is not actually closed. It's just
Left, yeah.
Made to look
left in there to
closed.
look like it's locked. If you
I stole
wish-
one anyway. And he takes the lock off and opens the gate.
Go on anyway.
All right, cool. So you, Chad and Dylan are able to walk through the gate. When you are on the other side, you see that there are the 2 larger generators. They are attached to electrical wires that go into the school, and there are the main lines that go from the power line that is passed here into the school. You can assume that these generators are used in a power emergency or if, like, for some reason they need extra power to do a certain event. Usually they're going during the football games to do the lights. But there is a door, and there are air vents. And you guys are welcome to do as you wish.
The cobalt tunnels await.
Try the door.
Yeah, could you try the door?
I am going to tap out.
You leaving?
No,
I'm gonna tap out.
Are you going to see, buddy?
Yes, I realize
You have
I'm
work
trying my
tomorrow.
hardest.
Oh, it's okay.
It is
Dude.
okay.
Oh.
You're
I do
like,
have work.
Hey,
yes,
you're
absolutely.
goddamn
Especially since you have work.
Yeah, go to sleep,
Yeah.
you dumbo.
champion. You made it.
Yeah, go back home to your fucking mom. Who's a nerd?
What a nerd.
Wow.
Okay, I'll go back home to my healthy mom.
Oh shit. All right, RJ.
Now, losers,
you've
I'm gonna go
been-
back home to my big house and all my money.
All right, thank you
You've
you
been
for
wonderful.
playing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Yes,
so much. for
thank
being here,
you.
sis.
Go to sleep.
Go
Good night,
beds.
love you.
Go the fuck to sleep.
I will see
Just
you.
like a Samuel L. Jackson book. Go
the
fuck
fuck.
to sleep.
Enjoy, guys.
We will.
Thanks. Bye.
Good night, we love you.
All right.
Now you must fix.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I actually had a map that was all pretty much, or a thing that was pretty much all ready to go from earlier today, so that's no problem. So just
All right,
keep
I'll
going.
play Chad.
Nice.
Chad bro chill.
I was like, this is gonna wreck the whole dynamic. It's just gonna be constant flirting with a third wheel.
And he's not gonna notice any of it.
Exactly.
Shazoom! These are my words of power.
Excelsior!
Oh, jeez Louise.
I'm not really a Marvel fan, to be fair. I think DC has.
Avengers.
I feel like DC has really compelling heroes.
What are you talking about? Spider-Man's the best.
You take that back.
Take
It's
your
the
third
best.
email.
Superman sucks.
Okay, so there, done. Transition.
There we go. We're good.
Has read your comic book collection several times over, just to prove that, she's into boy things too.
There, we have
Okay.
changed Chad as an empty void.
Goodbye, Chad.
No, it's
Just
just
like
the
my
lights are off
soul.
because he's asleep.
Because he's asleep.
That's right. He went to bed.
Right. Okay. So
want you to-
adversary stuff is used on the things that we're not using right now, which is snap decisions and plan decisions. I feel like maybe if we play again, that's a good thing. We can do, but it is like it's basically like a plan decision is like, okay, I see there's a problem, and I'm gonna do it this way. And a snap decision is someone's coming at you with a knife. What are you gonna do?
Cry.
Right. But your adversary tokens, you can use instead of you can use them to help yourself. But it's too tired. But I'm too tired, and I'm learned this system this week, so we're doing it my way.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool. So there is a door and there is a vent system. Dylan had said that he was interested in taking the vents.
I tried the door.
The door jimmies a little bit, but you can tell it is locked.
I pull out a hair pin
Okay.
or a bobby pin. I'm like, I saw this on TV once.
Okay. So you can roll a brains.
Okay.
Dylan, what are you doing?
Well, considering that you guys are trying the door and trying to pick a lock, I am going to go over to near where this lock is, and I'm going to try and cast a knock spell to let the door open easier. And that is going to be basically me trying to so the handle kind of jiggles. Does it look like it's on the actual door very solidly?
The handle?
Yeah, does it look like it's screwed in, or does it look like the handle is actually kind of loose on it?
The handle's a little loose.
Just I cast knock, and I try and hit the handle of the the door handle thing with my sword to kind of pop that off so the door will open.
Okay. You are physically hitting it, or are you just saying you cast knock?
I'm gonna try and physically accost it.
Okay. I would say you could either use brawn or fight.
Well, luckily, I have decent amount of fight in me. Gotta believe in yourself really hard. And sometimes good things do happen.
Did you see that?
Yeah, that was me.
Okay. I was like,
Yeah.
You can be a hero.
I got a 6 on
all
a
right.
D8.
So you, Wendy, you are trying to get this lock undone, and Trey, you're behind her, like, oh, come on, you can't do it.
You can't possibly pick this lock.
Chad's like,
Watch me.
guys, maybe we should be quieter. We might get in trouble. And then and Dylan yells, and smacks his sword on the door handle. And you guys like pause for a second because you're like, cannot believe that he just did that. And the door handle falls off.
Nice! And I push the door open.
Nice work, Kaylin.
Yeah, nice work, bud. And they push past you and you're left standing outside.
I am standing there, but like I have like my wooden sword at my side, just soaking in the midsummer night's breeze.
And you are now left alone outside. So you guys enter into the janitorial area. There's buckets, and it's not a supply closet as much as it is like a cinder block room with a sink and the tools that they would be using. Which I don't know if in the 80s they had like those floor cleaners. They had the circular ones.
Yeah, they had the buffers.
Yeah. Yep, you guys walk into there. There is a door across the way that you can assume leads into the school. You guys have never... Has anyone ever been here before?
In the high school?
Who has older siblings?
That be.
Chad does too.
Yeah,
So maybe Chad and Wendy have been here before. Probably not. Not sure you know the layout. I'm sure your sister has told you the great makeout places.
My sister's definitely a cheerleader.
Oh yeah, totally. So what would you guys like to do?
Anybody know how to find the stairwell?
I'll go up to Trey, and I'll say,
You should cast your light spell.
Bless. There is an emergency light that is shining a little bit in there.
Right. Flicks open his Zippo.
you just see Dylan just
I
go.
cast lights.
Cat's kind of like, yeah.
Nerds.
Hey.
Stealth mission. We're not supposed to
would
be
you guys?
here.
Would you like to look for anything in here?
I'm going to search for any.
Is there anything that looks useful? That means janitorial equipment.
Depending on what you'd use it for. What are you looking for?
I can't think of anything. Does anybody else want something?
I'm looking for arcade runes.
Okay, all right. Go ahead and make a charm check.
Okay.
Even I can tell you're getting really tired. I'm gonna grab a broom.
Oh, it's a 7. It's my max +1.
Okay, good. You successfully do not make anyone uncomfortable by you looking for rooms in this room.
Like, oh, isn't that cute?
Yeah.
He looks like he's having a good time.
I'm
says
casting
she's sad.
identify.
Okay, you're laying it on a little thick, buddy.
Oh my god.
Sorry, detect magic. That way I'd be able to know what school of magic it's from, and identify spell would let me know the exact nature of the magic item.
You're gonna look out the door.
I'm gonna grab a broom just to
Okay.
carry around.
You could definitely find a broom. As you peek out into the hallway, you seem to be in the back of the school. This is where like the sex ed class and the health class is. You don't see anything in the immediate area.
My
The coast
sister
is
told me
clear.
about this.
What?
My sister told me about this. She learned how to put a condom on a banana with her mouth.
Oh, what?
It's a condom.
What's a condom? Never mind.
Chad is perturbed.
He takes a couple steps away.
Trey's gonna start taking the lead and pretty much just wandering around looking for a staircase.
Okay. You guys are making your way through the school. It's a fairly easy setup.
I have
There's
something for this.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay. There's different pods which are different colors, and they are kind of in the we'll say northern side of the building. You guys are on the southern side, which is the older side. The newer side was built in the last 3 years. The older side was built in the 50s.
And we're trying to find the basement, right?
Mhm.
It's probably in the older side.
Yeah, so let's just keep walking until we see some stairs.
Okay. I would like you guys to make a flight check to move stealthily.
5.
5.
3.
Okay. Sorry, I've gotten giggly.
By elvish boots of
Drop
sneaking.
that down.
Just now?
Yeah. So you guys are able to work your way through, and up ahead, you guys see a flashlight. So, shit, cheese it. Chad says, "Oh, I should roll for Chad." Geez, no, he's fine. He's got D20 for
Turn
flight.
Turn out the light. Turn out the light.
Close it. Close it.
Ooh, no, okay. So he kind of goes back and forth, and you guys narrowly make it into the sides. And Dylan, you are left alone in the middle of the hallway. Your friends have made it into the doorways. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna find I'm just gonna find like a little corner, and I'm gonna like pull my sword up in front of my face and try and hide. And the entire time I'm just whispering what I assume to be an elven chant of invisibility to myself, just like trying my hardest to use my magic to make me seem invisible.
So the guard, his flashlight goes down the hallway and pauses for a moment, moving back and forth.
Like, I'm not just like sitting in the middle of a hallway,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I've
yeah,
scooted
yeah.
off to the side.
Yeah. And he says, "Hello?" Damn old school. Making all these noises. And he continues.
Chad,
on.
Wendy, and Trey are each all like holding hands over each other's faces.
All right, you guys. If you would like to, I mean, there's no like investigation check, so I can't make you roll to see if you know where to go. Make a brains check if you'd like.
I have those.
I don't.
1.
That dice
4.
is gone.
My max brain.
My minimum. You have max brain.
The name's Maximum Brain.
Max brain.
I got a 5. I really did not roll well, and that's my top stat too.
Yeah. So you guys start wandering around the school, and it takes you.
Wait, do I find my friends again?
No, yeah, they just like
Oh, thank
posted
God.
up on the walls.
Okay, cool. I just
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah,
make
yeah.
sure.
Behind lockers and
And
stuff.
Dylan is just wandering by himself.
Hello?
No, I would. It was a joke. It's fine.
So you guys are wandering around the school. You're not sure. You kind of are checking indoors. There's a lot of classrooms around here. And
That's the biggest place, like a maze.
yeah, it's pretty much like a maze. There's only one story, but you do come across a room that says there's a written sign on it that says book club, and then below it, in very small parentheses, it says D&D club.
My people.
Oh god.
The manic
Put
looking.
your glasses back on, dude. Put your glasses.
I'm so scared.
It's so creepy.
A D&D club, you say? Now I look like a tired librarian.
Who's up for murder?
Oh my god. Oh man. Come on, guys. Last hour.
Last hour. We got this.
We can do this.
53 more minutes.
Okay.
Okay. So you do find the book club / D&D room. But that is all you can find at this time.
I want to
You
go
guys
in.
rolled really poorly.
I want to
Wait,
go
I mean,
in. I want to
I
go
rolled
in
my
so
max
badly.
brains. The best brains that I possibly could, and I found the D&D club.
You know,
That's
maybe
rough.
that's a sign.
Guys, we don't have time for this.
I like put my hand longingly on the door.
I need to be home by 1 a.m. or else my parents are going to kill me. And then I'll never be able to hang out with Dylan again.
Like Dylan, like
I told my mom we were catching fireflies.
and like he just like kind of dejectedly looks down.
Oh. Oh, hey. Dylan,
Oh.
we'll catch fireflies sometime, okay?
I need to be home by 1. My mom's staying up for me.
Does anyone have a watch?
Does anyone have a watch?
I mean, I don't.
Chad does.
Oh, Chad's the
Of
rich
course he
kid.
does.
He fucking has a
He's got
watch.
a Rolex.
Yeah.
right. Not for a 12-year-old, okay?
I'm starting to.
It's got
Jealous of
the
that
Mickey
calculator
Mouse
watch.
arms.
It is 12:15. And you guys know it'll take you probably about 20 minutes to get back to your prospective homes from here.
We've still got some time.
We got plenty of time.
Let's wait until 12:30 and then see if we can get out.
Plenty of time.
Plenty
Plenty
of time.
of time.
Plenty of time.
Okay. You guys continue to move on.
We do that.
Yeah.
All right, now think.
Mentally, Dylan is
Where
thinking.
would the staircase be? I believe in you.
I super believe
I
in
super
you, Chad
believe
Cooper.
in you.
Go ahead and make a brains roll.
Dylan is also thinking about how much time he would realistically need to catch a firefly before getting home at 1. So that way he's not lying to his mom.
Oh my god.
He got a 16.
All right. With all of these thoughts in your head and the fact that you feel like you might be betraying your mother's trust in you when she's just the nicest person in the world. But you know, you are getting to be a teenager soon, you know, like you'll need to be more independent and maybe she needs to, you know, respect that sometimes you're going to have to lie to her because you're going to be a teenager and that's what they do.
Even Spider-Man kept his secret from Aunt May.
Exactly. And with
Spider-Man's
that,
the coolest.
Agree to disagree.
you're able to clear your mind enough to you turn down a hallway and you see a door with a pane of glass on the inside and it says stairs next to it.
Nice.
We found it.
Good job, Dylan.
The stairs that lead to the Underdark. Soon we shall go into Lolth's domain.
Okay, all right. Okay, let's go.
All right, calm down.
All right, yeah, just a little too far.
So you guys begin to walk down the hallway, and behind you,
Bless you. Bless you again.
Keep going.
you hear footsteps.
This time I grab Dylan and yank him with us.
You guys
I
are
grab
close-
Chad and go the other way.
You guys are close enough that you can make it to the stairwell. You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'll try is grab Dylan and drag him through the door to the staircase.
All right.
Just let
Yep.
it
Make
happen.
a flight check.
All of us?
Drag Chad. I drag Chad by his ascot.
9.
His ass
By
guy.
his ass.
1.
Chad doesn't need to be. He drags you.
Okay.
You grab him by the ascot, and he says, "No, stop!" And
Just pushes me.
Just like flattens it back out.
Yeah. like poofs it a little bit.
We've also decided that Chad has an ascot.
Yeah. I got a 9 total.
I got a
Yep,
12.
Oh shit! Same thing. You're like, Dylan, come on, and Dylan is already like pushed past you.
I like grab onto his collar and
He pulls you.
You hear him whisper as he runs by, "Adventure!"
And Chad closes the door. Keeps it so that the door doesn't click when it closes. And
Yeah.
you guys all kind of like peek out in through the glass door, and you see a flashlight go across. It stops and begins to walk down the hallway. Chad says,
Towards or away from us?
towards you.
Go down the stairs.
My elvish boots of sneaking will give me advantage on stealth checks.
Quick.
All right. You guys make your way down the stairs. It's getting really dark down here. There are no emergency lights. So I would assume, Trey, would you like to?
yeah, like at the top of the stairs where he like sees down where it's really dark.
Mm-hmm.
He like falters for a second and like kind of fumbles with his Zippo lighter and then finally lights it and follows down the stairs.
Okay. And everyone follows.
It's really
Yes.
dark down here.
Okay.
And it's just the dark. There's nothing wrong with the dark. You can't be scared of the dark.
By the light of your torch, I will follow you into battle, Atreyu.
Okay, now I am scared of the dark.
Hey, Dylan, how come I never got a cool D&D name?
You never wanted to hang out. You're always busy hanging out with Trey.
I mean, if you wanted to, maybe. I mean,
If you wanted to come over sometime, I got lots of books I could show you. Some of them have boobies.
really?
Dylan just
He seems pretty interested when you mention boobies.
he's 12.
Boys. She rolls her eyes and looks around
Oh,
to distract herself from this conversation about nerds and boobs.
It's all I have.
Gripping onto his Zippo really hard and not really paying attention to the conversation.
mm-hmm.
Just peering into the dark.
Okay. So you guys make it to the basement level, down all the stairs. There is a bit of a hallway ahead of you. And you guys can hear the sound of your breath. And that's it. Your footsteps, any noise that you are making, that is all you hear down here.
Seems like a pretty normal day for me.
It's kind of creepy down here, guys.
It is a little bit. I mean, no, it's not.
And
I mean, you're not scared, are you?
No, of course not.
Yeah, me neither.
when Wendy's asking this question, Dylan will reach over, like brandishing his wooden sword ever so proudly.
He says, "Don't worry, I'll protect you."
Sure you will.
I know you will.
And that is when you hear crying. The sound of distant crying.
Someone's in trouble. We should go and help them.
I don't
Like
think we should be down
baby
here.
crying or like a person?
Like sobbing from a person.
Hello?
I'm just gonna be charging towards whatever crying sound it is because
Into the darkness?
there is a person clearly in need of help, and even without light by my aid, I will let my own light lead me there.
Chase him.
Dylan leaves my side for half a second, and I'm after him.
Yeah.
And Chad is gripping onto Wendy's arm so as to not get lost behind.
Yeah, she's like, Dylan, wait, where are you going?
There's someone in trouble. They need our help.
Just be quiet. Don't go running off. Like, she'll grab him and, like, pull him to a slow, to slow him down.
Trey grabs the other
We still
arm.
hear the crying.
The crying has ceased.
Hello? Shh.
You hear
Stop shushing me. We need to hear.
ruffling of papers and scribbling of a pen.
It might
Who's there?
Let's advance slowly.
Sword out. I have like my arm out to protect my friends as I lead forward.
If you're trying to scare us, it's not working. Show yourself.
That seems so. Why would somebody be down here, waiting for? They no one knew we were coming here. What if it's real?
Shut.
By the light of soon, reveal yourself.
You guys kind of hear echoing behind you. Hello, hello.
Somebody's
Is
messing
anyone
with
there
us.
in front of you?
Is that my voice?
No.
Is it somebody else?
Seems like it.
Hello? We're right here.
And then you start hearing the sobbing again.
Um,
Are you guys continuing down the hallway?
Yeah, very trepidatiously,
I will
like light outstretched.
yeah.
I will call out and say,
My fair lady, we are the defenders of the
That's
universe.
the defenders.
Of the universe. If you're being assailed by the agents of darkness, our light will shine through.
I like to imagine that like all four of us are all like
Or like we're like in a
bunched.
bundle.
Yeah,
We're in a
bunched
bunch.
together. He's got his arm out. And Dylan's got his sword out, and I'm just holding on to both of them.
Yeah, so you guys keep making your way down the hallway slowly and cautiously. You hear whispered and fast words. It sounds like numbers and equations and someone getting very frustrated with what they're doing. You pass a door that's closed and appears to be locked. And then on the left, there is an open doorway. There's no door in it. There is a hinge for it, but apparently it's not that important to them. And it says storage next to it.
Is that you, side orcs? I swear I'm gonna pound you.
Don't call me a dork.
Don't be
Hello?
mean.
I don't sound like the cyber dorks.
We're here to help.
and at that point, I will move forward away from the rest of my party and just kind of like, I'll get down on one knee and kind of plant my sword into the ground with my little hood over my head,
Right.
and I say,
By the honor of Sylvanas, we are here to help.
Oh, I have got a broom. I'm holding the broom like an.
Yeah. You hear. Sorry, go ahead, Tyler.
The sound's coming from the storage room, right?
Yes.
And Dylan kind of moves through the doorway,
Mm-hmm.
and as Trey moves to the doorway, he's like frantically feeling up the wall for a light switch.
Okay.
So that's what he's doing, trying to find.
Make a. Well, yeah, you can find a light switch. So you hit the light switch, and in the far this room is probably like 40 by 40 foot. It's a pretty big storage room. There is one light that comes on in the back corner. That is one solid light, and then one that's next to it that kind of flickers a little bit. This doesn't seem like there's a lot of desks, bookshelves, books, like old old textbooks, yearbooks, papers and pencils sort of dealios that
Supplies.
don't seem to have been touched in a long time. Dylan, you step forward and kneel face down, and you just feel a presence in front of you. And you hear directly in your ear, but very softly, "Do you have a pencil?"
And an eraser.
And I'll reach into my utility belt and I'll pull out the pencil and eraser that I had for making character sheets on the go.
Fair enough. Nothing. If you hold them up, nothing happens.
Mm-hmm. I'll extend my hand, still head face down.
Okay. They fall off of your hands
Okay.
and roll deeper into the darkness on the left side of the room. And you hear sobbing and more mathematical equations.
Do you require anything else, my noble lady?
It's just not enough time. There's just not enough time. I can't. It's too much to think about. I can't decide. I don't know what to do.
Well, if you don't know what to do, the best thing that I've always found,
And I'll reach into my pouch and I'll pull out a D20.
is to roll the dice and let them decide.
The dice flies out of your hand off to the other side.
Okay.
And then you hear very loudly, very close to you, "That's not how tests work!"
There's a
And you
smell of
feel-
uric acid.
Yeah, I reach out and I just grab Dylan, I pull him out, or I pull him back, and I'm holding out my broom like, "Who's there?"
You see a little gust of wind and a what you can assume to be an ethereal form moves from where in front of Dylan to back on the right or the left side of the room where there is no light, and you see it take a seat at a desk. She has her head in her hand, and she is scribbling ferociously.
It's just a damn test. Feel it, whatever.
It's the rest of my life. It's not just a test. It's the rest of my life. I don't know what to do. I can't study forever. I just can't study forever. I'm so tired. I'm so hungry. I don't know what to do.
Is that a ghost?
It's someone.
Ghosts don't exist!
Yes, they do.
Obviously.
Obviously.
And the easiest and the only way that you can help return a ghost back to the way that it was is by helping them.
And I'll go into the room and I'll move a chair over to the table with the ghost and I'll sit down next to it and I say,
It's always going to seem hardest when you do it alone, but if you work together as a team,
and I'll look back to my other friends.
then you can accomplish such amazing things that you would never even dream of. So let me help you. I'm pretty good with numbers.
You see the spirit, her hair is kind of, it was up in a nice little bump at one point. You can tell it's fallen flat since her hair is covering one of her eyes. She is visibly crying over this notebook and test book that have been left out on this table. And she kind of like looks at you, and you can see she looks very gaunt. Very her skin is almost leathery. She looks emaciated and dehydrated and stressed out beyond belief. You can see the veins popping out on her.
I reach into my utility belt and I pull out the small juice box that my mom always packs for me, and I pack the Reese's peanut butter cup that I was saving for myself. And I set it down next to her, and I tell the ghost,
Sometimes all you need is a break and a snack.
Okay, I would like you to make some sort of check. I'm not sure which one.
I believe charm might be good on this one.
yeah,
As
yeah.
I'm trying to convince a ghost to have a snack.
Sit
Okay.
down and have a juice box.
You could probably also use.
Brain.
Yeah, you could probably use brains because you are trying to convince her through logic.
Yeah. I am following the rules of the D&D handbook on how to deal with ghosts.
Yeah, I mean,
Has Ghostbusters come out at this time yet?
Yeah, probably. It was the 80s, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
That is a 17.
Yeah.
Woo!
Nice.
She kind of looks at you, and then she looks at your friends.
And like my feet aren't even able to touch the ground from the seat that they're in, so they're just kind of hanging, and you can see them just kind of swinging back and forth as I'm talking to this ghost.
Trey has moved closer to Dylan and is now like standing next to him with the light, but like very flinchy.
Yeah, she Wendy has approached as well, and she's like stopped pointing the broom at them, but is holding it ready if she needs it.
So her eyes move from the three of you, the three of you standing to Dylan sitting next to her, and she just reaches out and grabs the juice box and the the candy from you, and you see her slowly opening.
It's okay. The
Yeah.
rappers give me some problems too sometimes.
She doesn't really eat it in terms of like, she goes through the motions of eating it, and it kind of just like drops down on the ground, and she is holding the juice box, and it kind of squirts everywhere, but it gets her books a little wet, and she puts them down and then like pushes them forward off of her books, and then she looks at you again and she says, I can't take it anymore. I don't want to take this test. I don't want to do this.
Nobody's making you.
You don't have to take the test.
I have to pass it to get a good grade. And you see her go a little bit back into herself from where her openness was just a moment ago.
Whoa, hold on. Maybe we can help you. What are you having trouble with?
It's just too much. The math, the equations, I can't memorize them all.
Is there a test on her desk?
There is an SAT guide.
Oh.
Too close.
Yeah, that sucks.
I can't help in any way.
Just like,
In the
I'm gonna
rules,
pass it.
in the
I'm gonna
rules,
pass it.
crying is allowed, but they discourage you from getting tears on the paper.
And I would Dylan, make a brains check real quick.
At this point,
That's
Trey's having like
That's a 3.
a vision of his future, but he's failing completely as well.
That is, I got a 3 on brains.
Okay. You think that helping this ghost is definitely what you should be doing. You need to help her figure out these like trigonometry equations.
Honestly, though, the AD&D Player's Handbook had a lot of bullshit in it. So what I am going to do is that I am going to reach into my backpack and pull out my most prized possession, which is my Player's Handbook, and I am going to set it down on the table next to her, and I will tell her,
You know, I learned a lot about myself from playing these games, about how to take your life in your own hands and make of it what you will. And I know that you said that dice and games won't help you study for a test, but that's where I think you're wrong. Because in this book, there are lots of helpful examples of stuff that you're going to see in there. See that graph right there? That's called a bell curve.
and I open the AD&D Player's Handbook to page 17, which has a bell curve on it, and I'll say,
Last summer, this is what I learned how to do, because this is what I enjoy doing. This game made learning things like this fun. Maybe you don't need to know all the answers. Maybe you don't need to know every example. But the thing that I think that you should know the most is that you're trying your best. And that's always what heroes do.
And I'll set the book down in front of her. And I'll just
And
kind of
hey.
look at this ghost expectantly.
Yeah.
And like I'll set my sword on my lap.
And hey, if this is too tough to deal with right now, it's okay to take a break. You know, just take a nap and look at it later with fresh eyes.
And then she kind of looks at Trey.
What they said.
and Chad just kind of looks at you and is like, yeah, it's, they say it's a test that, that's really important, but I mean, you're dead, so it's not important anymore. And she kind of like, you see her eyes squint a little bit.
Boy.
And she kind of she takes this all in and looks back at her
You meant
book.
to say was you're dead tired.
I am very tired. I haven't slept in 2 days.
Then
My
sleep.
mom's worried about me.
Only crazy people would keep themselves up late to do
For-
stuff like
who-
For
this.
multiple days.
Who is your mother, fair maiden?
My mom is Sandy Peck. And you can make a brains check. Anyone can make a brains check on that.
That's another
I'm
3.
popular. 11.
Popular
I'm
11.
popular. I love it.
I know everyone.
Okay. Yes. You actually have heard of Sandy Peck. This was a woman in the 50s whose daughter was found dead at the school after being locked inside because no one knew she was there studying for the SATs.
No, that's so sad. Oh. What's her name?
Her mom's name is Sandy, and
Uh-huh.
her name is Danny. No. Her name is Abigail.
Abigail. Wait, Sandy Peck? Wait, Abigail?
Mhm.
You're Abigail Peck?
Yes. Do you know me?
I know about you. And I like stare at the rest of the boys, big eyes. Listen. She's gonna like take the SCT guide and just kind of like knock it on the floor and be like, this doesn't matter. You should take a nap.
I am very tired.
So you should sleep.
Will you stay with me while I nap?
Of course.
Look at Chad's watch.
It is.
You grab his arm.
Joink! It is 12:30. So as Dylan says yes, she places her hand, and you don't feel anything, but you can see her hand touch your hand on top of her sword, and she looks at the D&D book, looks back at you, Dylan, and she says, "You are a brave knight. I think I'm ready to go to sleep now." And you see her. Go ahead.
And I will be here when you wake up, my lady.
And you see her go through the back of the chair, lay out her ethereal form, begins to rise, and she disperses from the room.
Inhaler is out, just grab my book, shove it in the bag.
I was like, what the fuck?
She's asleep.
Is the body?
She's asleep. She is asleep. We need to get home. I still need to catch a fucking firefly.
Oh my god. Dylan's going over the edge, guys. He's going over the edge.
So, before we go home, you are going to help me catch a firefly, and I'm going to put it in this jar, and I'm going to show it to my mom, and we are not going to be liars!
Great. Okay, let's go.
I'll catch all the fireflies you want, bud.
Yeah, whatever.
You guys book it down the hallway, you book it up the stairs, you book it out the back door, you book it through the fence. Do you guys attempt to lock it afterwards?
I am not coming back to this high school, ever. I'm not going to high school.
I'm dropping out now.
I'm going out now.
I think I have a girlfriend.
She's dead. You guys get on your bikes. You start hustling back. As you are riding back, you are passing one of the parks where a lot of the little kids hang out. And Dylan, you slide to a halt. You've got this down, and you see that there is a beautiful little array of fireflies over there.
Just walking confidently for probably the first time through this darkness, sword at my hilt. I just have my jar ready, and I strut forward, and like Link with a bottle, just just raise it above my head, shove it into my bag, turn around, hop on the pink bike that I have been riding on this entire time.
Say, Majesty awaits.
And I continue to just ride my bike forward.
Whatever you say, man.
Chad breaks off at this point, and he's like, guys, I don't know. I don't want to know. I'm out.
I don't
And
know.
he just bails back to his house.
Never speak of this.
I'm gonna need a new D20.
Yeet.
I grab his shoulder and I go, Chad will buy you 5 D20s.
Shadow light.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, what else is he gonna do with all his money?
The thought mentions fix my mom, but he's not going to say it out loud.
So he
Dylan,
definitely wants to play D&D with you.
I know we were talking about it before we saw the,
Not gonna talk about it.
Don't bring up the word. It doesn't exist. We just all had a fever dream.
Wandering around in the dark. You know.
No.
All right.
Ghosts are real. Fairies are real. Dragons are real.
That our imaginations were getting away from us.
But nobody else needs to know that.
you are so determined.
Yep.
You just turn on your heels and you start biking off towards your house, leaving Trey and Wendy.
If I'm leaving them, I need
Oh, yeah,
to
you
switch
your
bikes.
Yeah.
More so for Wendy's sake than mine.
Sure.
Because I know that appearances are important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wasn't scared.
No, of course not.
Of course not.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely not.
So, same time next week?
Yeah. Well, not the high school.
Obviously not.
Yeah.
All right,
Because
somewhere
it's
else.
boring there.
Fireflies.
Yeah.
Right?
Fireflies.
Yeah, let's catch fireflies.
And you guys, with that awkward exchange, split ways, keep riding to your respective homes. You're able to get back in without a problem as you have escaped on your own. Dylan, you are riding home. You park your bike in the garage. You open the door into the house, and your mother has fallen asleep on her chair with the TV going. She has a little blanket pulled up, but you can tell that she was waiting up for you.
Is my sister necking on the couch with her boyfriend?
No, her boyfriend didn't come over tonight. He's a little busy. He had to work.
He's cheating.
You do. Wendy makes it home. You are able to park your car or park your bike in the garage, and run in the house. And as you make it to the stairs to go up to your room, you can hear the garage door open, and your parents are arriving home.
Really, really fast. I throw the American Girl doll out of my bed that I left there to look like I was there, and I get under the covers.
Okay. Trey, when you arrive home, your mother is sleeping on the couch. She
probably comes in through the front door, just
Yeah.
completely forgotten.
Hey, Ma.
She's asleep. She's doesn't pay you much mind. There is a bottle of wine next to her. It's her, it's her night off. It's her only night off.
Yeah. I tidy up a little bit after her.
Oh,
Okay.
you.
I was gonna say with my mom,
Sure.
I definitely wanted to leave the firefly by her where she had been sleeping on the couch, so that
You'll
way
be
she
dead
could
in
see
the
it.
morning.
At least it was there.
So Dylan walks off into his bedroom, triumphant from his journey with his new friends and his old friends. And as the camera fades out, it pans to the little firefly, and you just see it blinking, blinking. Finn.
Daw.
We saw a ghost.
Thank
Ooh,
you.
spooky, scary.
Ugh.
If there was another fade out scene, it would definitely be Dylan just looking at his hand. I have a girlfriend.
Right?
But
And that is a bastardized version of Kids on Bikes.
Nice.
That was so
thank
much
you.
I enjoyed
Thank you
that
so
quite a
much.
bit.
Thank
Gosh.
you
Good.
so much. And
I
not just
loved it.
not just for Kids on Bikes, but thank you guys for. I thought I put my hand down somewhere else, but I didn't. Thank you guys for sticking with me through this 24-hour marathon
Oh my
of
gosh.
games. And I know that we didn't make it from midnight to midnight, but I played like 2 hours of D&D yesterday. Friday doesn't seem real. What was today?
It's 2 days to go for me.
Yeah, yesterday I played several hours of D&D before that wasn't on stream, but we also stream D&D every single week here on the Indoor Adventurer stream. I'd like to say thank you to LB for running Kids on Bikes. Thank you to Wings for introducing us to the wild, wild, weird West. Thank you to PB Plays Inside for letting us explore inside of that wonderful brain that has created band battles. And a special thank you to Wizards of the Coast for creating such a wonderful product that brought us all together in the first place. As without
Thank you
Dungeons
to
and Dragons,
Steven.
I literally would not have met any of you guys, I don't think, unless it was one of those other weird situations. Cyrul, we got 19 followers / subs throughout the day. So that means that we will be donating money as thanks, and we will also be donating money for the people who won raffle prizes earlier in the day, and we're just like, you know what, just put that money towards the kids instead. So we have raised, what was our final fundraising number?
$805.
And that
Wow.
was mostly today, which
Yeah.
was insane.
Yeah.
This has
And
been
we'll add
the most successful Extra Life I've been a part of as a group and as a team, and I couldn't have done it without my group of favored people and my team of amazing friends. So thank you
we would like to
guys.
say thank you for throwing such a wonderful event and
Yes.
getting us all involved in it.
Exactly. Thank you for hosting.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
very
for-
much.
Yeah, for
You
playing
like-
D&D for 10 hours this morning for DMing.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
DM'd for 10 hours today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Two-
Exactly.
Two different games.
Yes.
It was a fun time. And honestly, I really want to go back to Ravnica, like real fucking bad. Like I know we just spent 24 hours playing tabletop RPGs, but at the same time, I mean it's like the same thing that you ask at the end of every adventure, which is, but can we keep playing?
Yeah.
Mhm.
When
And
are we
so,
meeting again next?
Yeah. When's next?
Yeah.
when's the next 24-hour stream?
Yeah,
Fucking
well,
next year. That's it.
That's
Is
it. Yep.
This is what happens. Do you see this? Do you see these bags? These are physical now. These are a lot.
Right?
They have
It's strong
shade.
makeup.
They have shadows underneath them. Oh man. Add 19 to that. That is. It's not actually 19 because that's 19 from me. That's then an additional 19. So let's do some quick math. So
57.
add 57 to that 805. So we ended up raising 860 some odd dollars today, which, man, that was a good time.
It's not
Yeah.
bad.
I
Had
am
so
very
much
excited.
fun.
Nothing seems that.
I cannot
Things
wait.
we learned.
Things we learned.
Do not put the new systems at the end.
No.
That's probably fair.
Yeah.
I would like
Oh.
I would like to say I brought that up when you were just like, should we play Kids on Bikes at the end? I was like, maybe not. Learning a new system's hard. Maybe we should play D&D. And you're like, all right, sweet. Here's your Kids on Bikes character. I was like, all right, well, fuck me. I guess we're playing Kids on Bikes.
Hey, come on, Kids on Bikes.
Kids on Bikes is
best.
really fun. I loved playing
It was
Dylan.
So fun.
Mhm.
He's gonna
Oh my
find
God.
he's gonna find his way into something that I
Oh,
do.
well, hopefully. I hope to revisit them next year when Trey's going into his freshman year,
Oh
like in
man,
the summer, and you guys are.
I'm slightly like he's slightly older than us, so the rest of us are gonna be in 8th grade, and now he has to deal with it. Next year. Next year, because you know what, we did it. Thank you to everybody who donated bits. Thank you to everybody who donated money. Thank you to
Yes.
everybody who followed and supported this channel one way or another, because without you guys we would not have been able to raise nearly as much money for the sick kids. So you can find us on the YouTube at youtube.com/theindooradventurer. You can find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/theindooradventurer, and you can find us on most audio supported platforms playing our D&D games and streaming them for people at anchor.fm/indoor/adventures, as you guys can see from the new fancy logo that's over there. That Danae so expertly crafted, because we want to turn your guild hall into a guild home. So so most of us will see you in 2 days as we go into our Monday game.
Tomorrow
Stop.
Shit.
for us.
Yep. So on Monday, we will see you guys. Thank you to everybody who followed and supported the channel. It was awesome to see so many people come out all throughout the day. And
Thanks for sticking with us, Cyberwolf.
yeah,
Dude,
Cyber.
We still have 15 people. Wow.
Yeah.
what a
Guys, go to
trooper.
bed.
Cause please go to bed, because then I don't feel so bad saying, all right, motherfuckers, it is sleepy time for Steve. So peace out, guys. We will
Good night,
see you
everybody.
all
Get some
on
sleep.
Tuesday or Monday. All right, everybody.
Monday.